There are problems in our country, yes, we live in troubled times. There are far too many criminals and far too many crimes. I'm locking every window and I'm bolting every door. The tool I'll use in self-defense will even up the score. You can rant, you can rave, you can make your demands, and you can take my gun from my cold, dead hands. There are global corporations, they have billions that they pay to the greedy politicians who make sure things go their way. They tax us into poverty and we live from day to day. To them we're useless eaters, we don't get to have a say. You want to trash this Constitution? Is that what's in your plan? You can take my gun from my cold dead hand. In every case through history, when genocide was planned, the firearms were gathered up and the opposition banned. The tyrants made distractions and the people looked away. And by the time they realized they couldn't get away, the smiling face on my TV says, we should all join hands and help create this vision of a new world order plan. We'll downsize our defenses, give our bases all away to a UN global peace force, and we'll do just what they say. Take your globalist agenda and your new world order plans, and you can take my gun from my cold dead hands. Jefferson said there would come a day when government would try to lead the people all astray, confusing and abusing, slowly stripping rights away. To protect yourself from tyranny, there can only be one way. What part of uninfringed do you not understand? You can take my gun from my cold dead hand. In every case through history, when genocide was planned, the firearms were gathered up and the opposition banned. Tyrants made distractions and the people looked away. And by the time they realized they couldn't get away, a lawman up in Utah by the name of Sheriff Mack said we've lost our Constitution and we've got to take it back. The right to keep and bear arms when the Bill of Rights was penned isn't there to hunt or target shoot, it's there to self-defend. There ain't nothing here to compromise, there's a line here in the sand, and you can take my gun from my cold dead hand. Take your globalist agenda and your new world order plans, and you can take my gun from my cold dead hands. What part of uninfringed do you not understand? You can take my gun from my cold dead hand.
Presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton is waging an all-out war on guns and gun owners. She has called the NRA her #1 enemy, compared the organization to communists and Iranians, and promises to make gun control a central part of her bid for the White House, including using Australian-style gun control as the model to adopt here in the U.S.
The Australian government, as part of trying to clamp down on the availability of automatic weapons, offered a good price for buying hundreds of thousands of guns. They believed, and I think the evidence supports them, that by offering to buy back those guns, they were able to, curtail the supply and to set a different standard for gun purchases in the future. So I think that's worth considering.
I was a bit horrified by that. I don't think Australia is a model for the United States on gun control at all.
Senator David Leyonhjelm, the strongest voice for gun owners in Australia's parliament, and a target shooter himself, told me Australia's mandatory confiscation has not kept guns out of the hands of criminals, and it won't work in America either.
Bring my bottle, bring my Bible, bring my woman and my gun. My name is Sunday morning, I'm your bastard son. There'll be no redemption of all the things I've done. Bring my bottle, bring my Bible, bring my woman and my gun. I prayed with the sinners, I drank with the saints. I seen the mighty fall, man, I've been dancing on their graves. I ain't one to whisper, I don't mean to laugh. You take me and I'll take you, we'll hope that it don't last. Bring my bottle, bring my Bible, bring my woman and my gun. My name is Sunday morning, I'm your bastard son. There'll be no redemption for all the things I've done. Bring my bottle, bring my Bible, bring my woman and my gun.
And I was going to come up and read this Second Amendment, and we have an incredible policy. You know, they all wanted me to do policy. And I kept saying, read it, read it. I can do it. I'll start off. Should I start off, really? Okay. So I put in Donald J. Trump, et cetera, protecting our Second Amendment rights will make America great again and strong again, right? The Second Amendment to our Constitution is clear. Now, this is in light of what's gone on with Oregon. You know, every time something happens, they blame. They don't blame mental illness, that our mental health care is out of whack, and all of the other problems. And by the way, it was a gun-free zone. I will tell you, if you had a couple of the teachers or somebody with guns in that room, you would have been a hell of a lot better off. You would have been a hell of a lot better off. It's really sad. And we can say that with respect to a number of places where that happens. But you have a gun. How about the military event that took place 3 or 4 months ago, where you had these highly decorated soldiers in a military area where they're not allowed, and this one soldier was like one of the highest decorated, and they weren't allowed to have the guns. And this whack job walks in and starts shooting them. Why are we having gun-free zones in a military camp? Okay? So the Second Amendment to our Constitution is clear. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon, period. 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 The Second Amendment guarantees a fundamental right that belongs to all law-abiding Americans, right? I wrote this. The Constitution doesn't create that right. It ensures that the government can't take it away, right? Can't. They're doing all sorts of moves to try and take it away. Our founding fathers knew, and our Supreme Court has upheld, that the Second Amendment purpose is to guarantee our right to defend ourselves and our families. We need that. In fact, I have a license to carry in New York. Can you believe that? Nobody knows.
I ain't read Shakespeare, but I've seen social bleed. I've heard those sirens calling, 'cause they always call for me. I kissed that Mona Lisa, I watched her call the cops. I seen her lifeblood fall away, but I still loved every drop. Bring my bottle, bring my Bible, bring my woman and my gun. My name is Sunday morning, I'm your bastard son.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next President of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump.